I was super excited to take a watch in from a brand I've never had before, but the only problem is, as soon as I took it out of the box, I noticed that the watch was broken. So the watch brand that we're talking about is Singer Reimagined, but prior to making watches, the brand is most famously known for doing restorations of Porsche 911s, but they wanted to dive into the watch territory. So this is the first watch I've had from the brand, and this is also not a cheap item. This watch retails for $36,700. They align themselves with some different manufacturers to kind of just get their name and their designs onto the watches that they're creating. If you flip it over, the movement is actually manufactured by a company called Agenor, who manufactures movements for a lot of high-end brands. One of the movements they made was for the Moser Streamliner Flyback, which I actually had. I grabbed the watch, and you can see a super similar design language. It's very obvious that both of these movements were made by the same company, especially that yellow wheel. It's the exact same part. And real quick, the issue with the watch when I first pulled it out of the box was it just didn't seem to be starting. It's probably something silly going on inside the movement that is causing some sort of blockage somewhere. I'm definitely going to cut Singer themselves a little bit of slack because it's an issue with the movement most likely, and Agenor is a super well-respected movement manufacturer. This is the whole reason warranties exist. So we're going to be sending it back to our customer. He's going to send it to Singer to be fixed under warranty, and then he's gonna send it back to us. And this is actually a piece that he consigned with us because I wanted to be able to sell it for the most I can and get him a good price out of it. And what we're looking to sell the watch for is in the mid-20s. It actually feels like a pretty fair value because we're selling this Moser with a similar quality of movement in the high 20s, and we can sell this one for less while both watches have a similar retail price. So this one is called the 1969 Timer. They wanted to bring back some of those retro design styles. This one features what they call their 1-minute flyback timer, and it's actually a really clever system. So take a closer look at the dial. All right, you can see this orange second hand running around, but when we click this button up top, it resets to 0. Doesn't start until I let go, but the act of pushing this button or holding it down doesn't affect the hours and minutes, which is keeping our actual time. So the whole design of this is, yes, you get a second hand constantly running around, but if you want to time something up to 60 seconds, then you can press this button to activate that. We have a quick adjust on the bracelet, which is always a nice feature. You can have all these different settings depending on how your wrist is feeling throughout the day. And then as for just having the watch on wrist, it's really cool looking. I love the colors. I like the case shape a lot. I'm impressed with the watch. I'm kind of sad to be sending it back. If you want to kind of get on the wait list for this thing and be the one with your name on it by the time it makes it back, you can shoot a DM and maybe we can hash a price out.